It's time now for Coffee with Coach, presented by Duncan. Joined alongside me, as he is every week, is the head coach of the men's hockey team, Coach Leaman. Coach, this past Friday night, you dropped that game to Northeastern, a very close one. What were the big differences in that third period, and how much did penalties play an impact?
We played, Friday I thought we played a really good game defensively outside of our penalty kill. We only gave up 11 shots, and I don't know how many games I've coached here that we've only given up 11 shots. There might be one other, but we did a lot of things well. We didn't penetrate offensively, so we didn't, get to 4 goals. We only scored 2 goals that game, but our penalty kill was, they only had 3 chances on the kill, and I think 2 of them went in. So, the penalties in the game, it was a frustrating game for the players because we had come off a series or a weekend before where the slashes were called, everything was called, and then we come in and you have a different crew, and they weren't calling that, and that frustrated us, and it can't, it frustrated me as the coach, and it can't, we have to understand that this is what's being called tonight, and we have to adjust. And I thought Saturday we did a way better job of that, in the game, of not getting frustrated that a lot of the slashing wasn't being called, But it is. I mean, it's tough for the players when things change so much weekend to weekend. But on the same note, it's no different than the NFL, what they always talk about with the receivers and the pass interference, how, you got to get a feel right away for how much they're going to let you bump, how much they're not going to let it go. And I thought we did a poor job of that Friday, and we let it affect our emotions, including me, and so, I thought we did a much better job of that Saturday.
Well, speaking of Saturday, it's the first time your team has lost in, a few weeks. What did you like about your team's response there, especially in the third period, as you put yourself some distance between you and Northeastern?
Well, I mean, their goalie was having a heck of a weekend. For us to, outshoot him, I think 22-3 in the second period and only come away with 1 goal. That was one of our better periods of the year, as far as, and even for the weekend, how much we had the puck the whole weekend. So, it was their goaltending was playing well. They do a really good job of staying inside of you, and forced us to penetrate. I thought we were doing that much better in the second. And I thought it probably gave them a little momentum, for us to have such a good second period and it to be a tie score going in the third period. But, finally got one through. Donovan was just a heck of a shot. And then I think the guys were able to breathe a little bit. We got a couple empty netters and, felt good about ourselves after that.
Defensive side, Michael Simpson making his first start between the pipes. What did you see from him?
Pretty good game. We were just talking about it as a staff. Made some saves through traffic, look really easy. Gets outplaced the puck. I thought he played very well, so it was good to see.
And coming up this weekend, you're going on the road. You've had a lot of success on the road this season, heading up to Burlington. First part of this question, what do you attribute some of your road success this year to? And then 2, what's it going to take to replicate it this weekend?
Well, I think when you have a younger group, they tend to be more locked into a game plan when you're on the road. I think just when you're at home and they're friends and they're students and everyone's in the stands, sometimes guys will go outside of themselves more and try to impress, and I think when you get on the road, you get a little more locked in, there's less distractions, and I think they realize that they have to do some things well in order to give themselves a chance. So, Vermont's a tough place to play. It gets loud up there. They get great crowds. It's fast ice. They have a fast team. It's, we got our hands full. So, but onward to the next game, I guess,
Absolutely. Friday night, it's 7 p.m. at Vermont. Saturday at Vermont, 7:30 p.m. special time there. Coach, best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for wearing fire gear.